Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are across the world today. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon at DLD College London. We're delighted to welcome you to this afternoon's webinar that we're hosting all about art at DLD College London. This meeting is being recorded. We will send you a recording after the event so that you've got that to refer to, and we'll put it onto our YouTube channel as well so you can watch it back there as well. I just wanted to welcome you all for spending your time with us this afternoon. You can see on screen at the moment we've got Ed, who is our head of art, the head of the art department at DLD College, coming live to you from the photography studio. Today we also have Valentina, who will be available at the end. Valentina is our agent, our salesperson in Russia. So if any of our Russian friends are with us today, she can answer any specific questions from that region. Just whilst we're waiting for a few more attendees to arrive, because you are coming in from all over the globe, I just wanted to let you know that we do have a virtual open evening coming up in May, on May the 13th, Thursday, May the 13th, and that will give you a full overview of the whole of DLD College. There are already some of our previous open evenings available to watch on our website or on our YouTube channel, so as long as multiple other webinars, so please do dip into those and have a look at anything that interests you. Now is the time to start, so I will turn my camera off, and as I say, we've got Ed, who is our head of the art department at DLD College London, and he will talk to you now this afternoon all about our wonderful art offering. Enjoy.
Thank you, Rachel, and thank you. I hope you can all hear me. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to talk to all of you. Okay, my name is Ed McCool, and I am head of the art department here at DLD College. Now, in this talk, I will give you an overview of the art department in DLD College, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Okay. The first thing I think I need to do actually is I need to talk about the expertise of the staff in the art department. The first thing I would like to do is I would like to show you a slide of the teachers and the staff in the art department. So let me just bring that up for you. First of all, I would like to talk about the expertise of the art department staff, many of whom are practicing artists, photographers, and graphic designers. We also have A-level and GCSE examiners for national exam boards within the art department. For example, myself, I have been an A-level and GCSE examiner for 18 years. That does make me an expert in the assessment of art and design and recognizing areas for improvement that raise the achievement of each student. Each teacher in the art department is an expert in their subject area. 2 colleagues were previously heads of art, and they are graduates of the Royal College of Art, the Royal Academy, Goldsmiths College, and many other prestigious art universities in the UK. Our teachers maintain valuable relationships with the arts industry and external creatives. We use this knowledge and our networks to ensure the content of our arts courses are always relevant to students' needs. Now, I look forward to answering your questions about the art department and staff later. I'm actually going to move on to talking about the range of courses that we do in the art department. And I'm just going to bring up a slide for you showing you the range of courses we do in the art department. This slide gives you an overview of the range of courses that we do in the art department, from year 14 all the way down to year 9 and year 10. Now in year 14 we do IFP Art and Design and IFP Fashion Management courses. Then in year 13 we have A-level Art, Photography and Graphics Communications. In the first year of A-level, in year 12, we have Art, Photography and Graphics Communications. Then in year 11, we have GCSE, Art, Craft and Design. Then in year 9 and 10, we have Art, and it's really mixed media art. But every day, Monday to Friday within the art department, students have the opportunity to attend our CCAs. So on a Monday from 5 to 7, we have A-level graphics and photography catch-up. Tuesdays is Photoshop skills building. Wednesdays, we do Adobe Illustrator. Thursdays, Adobe Premiere, as well as live drawing. And on Fridays, we do portfolio preparation for all students who wish to go on to art college. We also do the portfolio preparation within the lessons of A-level photography and art and graphics for any students who wish to go on to art college. But you can see from this slide, we do a wide variety of courses that are all arts related. So it's a very busy department with a lot of courses, but it's a very exciting place to be. And if students are passionate about going to art college, it's a superb art department to be in. Now I'm going to show you a video. So instead of seeing me talking, you're going to see a video. Let me just bring that up for you. Now, before I press play on the video, I just want to tell you a few things, because this video gives you a taste of the range of activities and art and design activities across the department in art, photography and graphics, and in GCSE and in fashion. This is a taste of any day, any moment in the art department, and it gives you a flavor of what we do. Now, while it's actually running, I'm going to talk to you about how we teach in the art department and the strategies we use. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to play the video for you, and then I'm going to talk about how we teach in the art department and the strategies we use for teaching art design and photography and fashion across the art department. Okay, everyone. The trust and mutual respect between art department teachers and students is based on a positive and nurturing rapport. Small class sizes enable our teachers to gain an in-depth understanding of each student's work and progress. We create positive working environment where students are encouraged and motivated to attend and engage in a constructively critical dialogue about their own artwork and that of others, and to take responsibility for their learning. We really want to encourage our students to become independent learners in art and design, but we will nurture them and we will develop those skills. Not only are our art teachers closely monitoring students' progress and well-being, in addition to that, they are also personal tutors providing pastoral support and guidance. Our teachers inspire students to exceed their own expectations in the art department. They do this by using a broad range of experimental art media, skills, techniques, and teaching according to each student's individual needs. In art, differentiated teaching allows the most able to maximize their potential while realizing the confidence, ability, and achievement of all students. Outside of lessons, our large art classrooms are always open for students to work in at lunchtimes and or late evenings. The art department facilities include a large dedicated Mac suite, color copiers, scanners, and Macs for students in all classrooms. Remembering that Macs are industry standard for art and design, so all the students are using contemporary equipment. We also have a fashion foundation classroom, a dedicated photographic studio with a range of lighting setups, cameras, and digital projectors. DLD College supports and nurtures the arts by providing all art department students with a broad variety of fine art materials, resources, facilities, and equipment. The arts enable students to develop an exciting and extensive range of creative and technical skills. You will also gain a strong understanding of historic and contemporary visual art practices through supporting contextual studies. Unique to studying art at A-level and IFP fashion and art and design, you build up a very personal and continually evolving body of visual work. Guided and supported by your teachers, individual exploration and development of your personal skills and creative directions is a special aspect of this subject. Okay, now I'm going to just turn off the video and I'm going to return to you. Okay, let me just turn that off. Okay, I hope you can all see me now. Okay, now, Rachel, I am wondering if you would like me to ask me any questions, or if there are any questions coming in that you would like to talk to me about.
Brilliant. Thank you for that introduction, Ed, and that brilliant overview. I hope everybody enjoyed looking at all the incredible work that is produced across the departments and all the different courses. I know just from walking around the college how amazing it is to see all of the artwork that is all throughout the college. So well done to the departments and the studios for that. We also have on our social media and website the art work of the month that comes through every month, and I'm always looking forward to seeing the next artwork that's been produced and that's achieved that accolade.
Well, that just reminds me, I think I and all the art teachers in the department, we feel it's really important to celebrate our students' achievement, all their achievements. Now, we do that in the end of year art show, which is an annual exhibition, which is online and is around the college. But also, we're celebrating students' achievements through awards that we apply for, and through the Student of the Month, and by having a constant display of students' artwork in the art department corridor and around us in the art department.
No, it makes for a very vibrant college indeed. And do you enter many competitions?
We do. We always enter the ISA competitions, and we have won a number of awards over the years. Our students are really successful at it, and they happily get involved. They want us to celebrate their work. They're wonderful students, so they all participate in those competitions.
Brilliant, thank you. We had some, just want to say to people, if you do have any questions this afternoon, please do use the Q&A or the chat function, and we'll answer those whilst we're online. But we did have some pre-event questions. And firstly, for people applying, do they need to submit a portfolio to you as part of the admission process?
So in A-level art, photography and graphics, what we would like to see is we would like to see a sample of students' best artwork. Now that might be in art, photography or graphics. It does not have to be a portfolio, and there is no set amount. Just we would like to see students' enthusiasm and passion for those subjects. And the same for IFP art and design and IFP fashion. We just want to see a sample of their drawing and the student's ability, but it's not a formal portfolio.
Okay, and we have got a question that's just come in. How do you manage the International Foundation course in arts?
Well, they have a coordinator for the course. They have their own subject teachers, and actually the course is very structured. And they have I am a Year 14 IFP personal tutor. They have a lot of teacher contact. The course is very structured. It has a scheme of work, so everything is programmed and it's all planned so that we work through the skills throughout the year, leading to the accreditation at the end of the course.
Okay, and how many hours a week do they have on average? How many lessons?
Oh, they have at least, I think it's 8 double lessons per week. They have a lot of lessons. Yeah. In addition to that, with the IFP fashion, they have business lessons and they have maths lessons.
Great.
And they have, yes, I think that's it, business and maths.
Okay, brilliant. You talked a little about all the CCAs that are going on in the evening, all the extension activities every day of the week. 5 days a week is a big commitment for a department. And I was wondering, it's another question was, are there any extracurricular trips that you run? Do you go out and about?
Well, we love to go out and about, particularly in the art department, and we actually build in normal circumstances, we would build trips into our schemes of work and into our curriculum. In recent years, and it's been slightly different, and we have had to attend many online events as a substitute for going to them physically. But for example, we would normally go to the Frieze Art Fair in London every year, and we have been for the past 13 years. We have had trips to Paris, we go to the National Gallery, we go to the Tate Modern, we go to the opening of exhibitions, we go to the Photographers Gallery. We try to use all the museums and galleries of London and all those resources, cultural resources. We use those across the A-level courses, as well as IFP Art and Design and IFP Fashion. Right now, we're actually using those opportunities as online exhibitions, but normally we would go to them.
Okay, brilliant. And of course, the advantage of being at DLD is that we're actually on the South Bank. So we are a 10-15 minute walk from the Tate Modern, a 10-15 minute walk from Tate Britain, the National Gallery, the Hayward Gallery, the National Portrait Gallery. So it really is an incredible situation to be able to, for students themselves, to take themselves off and just sit in a gallery and do their own sketching, etc. over the weekend.
Yes, we're in a privileged location, and really the richness, the cultural richness of London influences our students' work. And whether it be for photography, art, or graphics, and for fashion, our students have so many opportunities to get involved in the cultural life of London. It's an amazing location.
Brilliant. Somebody else asked, how many students take art-related subjects at DLD?
Well, bearing in mind that the art department is a very large department, annually the art department serves between 120 and 150 students per year. Bearing in mind it's a very large department, we have a lot of students on many different courses, including CCAs.
Brilliant, thank you. And just thinking about destinations, some questions came through about typical university destinations that our students go on to. Do you have information to share about destinations and maybe the types of courses that they've gone on to study?
Indeed, indeed. Okay, well, actually, it's a very wide variety of courses as well as universities. So, for example, I'm talking about the University of the Arts London, UAL, Goldsmiths College for things like fine art, media, graphics, Ravensbourne University London, Kingston University, City and Guilds. Now, and all of those prestige universities, the type of courses I'm actually referring to in those universities are things like a variety of bachelor's degrees in graphics, illustration, fine art, architecture, photography, digital design, conservation, media, advertising. It's a very, very wide variety of courses, arts-related courses and arts-related universities.
And there was one specific question, sorry, about art conservation, a course on art conservation, and whether an art course at DLD would be suitable as a foundation to go into that at university.
Well, the answer is yes, because when we think about conservation, conservation is the conservation often of paintings and historical art objects. So an understanding of culture and how paintings and art objects are created is kind of essential for going on to study conservation, as well as other subjects like science and maybe history. But definitely art and design provides an excellent foundation for conservation.
Brilliant. Just continuing on that theme, somebody else had a specific question about what sort of portfolios Central St Martin's particularly are looking for from art students. And do they have any other requirements?
That's a very good question. We get this question a lot. Okay, well, really here, the answer is that Central St Martin's, as well as Chelsea and all the art colleges, are really looking for a cohesive and coherent, high quality technically and creatively, that shows advanced ability in developing students' concepts and ideas. Students need to show a strong understanding of historical and contemporary context through their artwork and in their portfolio, and a conceptual understanding of visual language within their portfolio. They're really creating a body of work. Now, that might be a portfolio of 25 pages or sheets, or a digital portfolio, but it is that kind of cohesive and coherent body of work that they create while they're studying the A-levels, or while they're on the IFP in fashion or IFP in art and design.
And so when a student starts with us, they're encouraged to complete an academic aspirations survey, and that is really letting us know at the beginning of their course where they're hoping to go on to study. If they know, they may not know, and of course it may change, but also what sort of courses they're interested in. And I guess if you've got students coming to you at the beginning of a course and they're expressing these desires for those destinations, you're able to work closely with them through the coursework and your lessons and the co-curricular activities to be able to build that portfolio that's required.
Absolutely, and I'll give you an example. For example, I'm thinking about when I've met students who are very interested in studying fashion, but they are studying A-level photography with me or A-level art. So if we know the students' interests, we integrate and we build those interests into their projects, and we enable the students to explore fashion through photography or through their artwork, or looking at fabrics or textiles. But students have many different interests, but we really want to bring out their personal interests in the A-level arts course that they are studying.
Fantastic. There are also some, for the International Foundation students, there are a couple of private institutions that we do have agreements, progression agreements with, aren't there?
Very, very good point. Very good point. So, for example, we have got guaranteed progression and interviews with Marangoni and with Conde Nast, the College of Art here in London, and the Marangoni. So students will automatically have interviews there and automatic progression.
Okay.
And we are build up those relationships.
Yeah. So for Conde Nast, it's a degree on fashion communication, isn't it? Particularly, but it's a 2-year fast-track degree in London, and obviously they're the publishers that own Vogue and the top fashion magazines.
And also the staff from Conde Nast and from Marangoni, they will be coming into DLD, and they come in on a regular basis to give talks to our A-level art, photography and graphic students about what they want to see in the portfolios and about the courses they will be doing once they are at the Conde Nast College and once they are at Marangoni. So we have those links and we have built up those relationships. So, and it is automatic progression.
Okay, brilliant. And then one question that's just come in as well. Is it difficult to get an A or an A star for art, for any arts related?
That's a very good question. I think if the student is passionate, determined, creative and imaginative, and they enjoy the course, that's very important. If they have the passion and they really enjoy it, then the answer is it is not that difficult if you are passionate and you enjoy it. I would say no.
What do you need a certain base level of talent, I guess?
I think talent can be developed and talent can grow through hard work. It will be a lot of work studying on A-level art, photography, graphics, but because you enjoy it and the teachers make it enjoyable and you are expressing yourself and communicating your ideas, it's actually an enjoyable journey and a positive journey. So I think it does develop, and everybody has the potential to achieve an A star.
Brilliant, that's great to hear. with respect to, we've talked about the International Foundation Programme comes as a package, and there are some other elements, including maths and personal development. With regards to A-level, what other subjects do you think are good fits with art, photography and graphic? If they don't want to do all three, what other subjects do you think fit well?
Okay, well, in my experience over the years, what's quite common is I will often hear about psychology, I will hear about media, I will hear about history, complementary cultural subjects, but actually it may be languages, because we have a wide variety of students in the art department on the A levels. So there will be a diversity of students. There will be students studying maths, studying physics, biology, chemistry, but I will often hear about psychology, and they bring the psychology into the art or into the photography or the graphics, and they might bring in their interest in history into those A levels. Media is particularly relevant as well.
And business, I guess, for the people who are wanting to go into the business side of the industry.
Most definitely with the IFP, the business is very important as well as the maths. And those students on the IFP have the opportunity to develop the business framework for thinking about setting up their own fashion-related businesses or art-related businesses.
Thank you. We have another question that's come through. Could you tell us about architecture? Are there different courses and different demands for architecture, and how we support students to progress?
Okay, and actually on the point of architecture, I'm going to try and show you, I actually have a case study here, and that may help us, it may help me in answering that question. This is an example of Betty Liang, who was one of our previous students studying at DLD, a Spanish speaker, and Betty was studying art, physics, maths, and chemistry. Now, at the beginning of the A-level course, Betty expressed an interest in studying architecture that grew, that developed and grew throughout her time in DLD. And she was a very hardworking student, and she developed the skills here that enabled her to go on to the Bartlett School of Architecture, which is part of the University of London, very prestigious art school. But any student who at the beginning of their A-level expresses an interest in going into architecture, their art teachers, their photography or graphics teachers will also take that into account, and we will integrate and build their interest in architecture into their studies within the art department, so that we make sure that the student has got an architecture portfolio that they can bring to their interview. And I remember Betty's very well. She also had 3D models in there. She had architectural drawings. She was a very good draftswoman. She could really draw and had excellent observational skills. And she was also going to life drawing, to CCA life drawing. So all of those things combined to make her portfolio. Okay, now Rachel, I'm thinking there were some other parts to your question on architecture.
We've got a question asking whether there are different architecture courses and the different demands from them, and I guess we need to know how we adapt to that.
There are some different architecture courses in that some of them require an art portfolio, and actually some of them do not all of them require an art portfolio. The Bartlett places a lot of emphasis on having strong observational drawing skills and having a very good portfolio. Some of the art colleges do not. Some of the colleges need physics, and they require a specific grade in physics or maths. There is some variation.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope that's answered the architecture questions. If anybody does have any more questions, please do ask them, because we're near the end of the pre-event questions now, so we will be finishing shortly.
Oh, Rachel, sorry for interrupting. Just going back to architecture, many of our students, the students who apply for architecture are applying to places, for example, the Bartlett School of Art, or School of Architecture, but also Cardiff University, the University of the Arts London, Kingston University, as well as the AA Architectural Association. So we have links with those universities, and we are used to enabling those students to go to those universities and building their portfolios. We have previous experience in doing that.
Mm. That's, I mean, the wealth of knowledge and experience and contacts that all of the art department staff have is amazing. Somebody did ask what your facilities are like. Could you talk us through how many art rooms we have? And
okay, no problem at all. It will be a pleasure. Okay, we've got 5 large art rooms. We have a Mac suite. We also have, the technician has his own room. We have our own dedicated arts technician. We have a fashion foundation room. All the rooms have got color copiers. We have scanners, A3 scanners, as well as A4. All the teachers are using digital screens for teaching. A lot of the resources, well, I think all of the resources you will also find online as well. I think the equipment that we have, I would actually say, is second to none. It is state of the art. They're using Macs. I'm tempted to move my computer and show you the equipment we have in the studio here. We have a superb range of equipment. That's never an issue. And I think the teachers complement the equipment in that your teachers are really passionate about enabling students to succeed.
Excellent. And of course, you're in the photography studio as well.
Exactly.
If anybody is interested in seeing the facilities, maybe at the end when we're finished, you could do a quick walkthrough and then just show people all the artwork on the walls, etc. That might be quite fun. Another question that's come through. What is the profile of a graduate student from DLD who's done the Graphic Design International Foundation Programme?
Does that, okay, you mean the IFP Art and Design?
Yeah, because the IFP Art and Design does, yes, he said yes, does have the graphics in it as part of it, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they must be interested in going on to do graphic design from the IFP.
Well, the IFP Art and Design course leads, the students are progressing to art and graphics related courses. Some of them are applying for illustration, some of them are applying for graphic design. We also have media in there. They are applying for a range of design orientated degrees, design related degrees, and art related degrees and media related degrees. So it's actually a wide variety of art and design courses that IFP Art and Design leads to.
So the portfolio can be modified to fit the courses that they're applying for, basically.
We do that all the time.
Okay.
We do customize and tailor the portfolio to fit with the course, with the interview actually. We do customize it. It's a slight modification.
Great, so we've got a big thank you. So thank you for that, Ed. Another question is, can the IFP students get support to develop their portfolio in DLD in addition to their course, which is what we were talking about earlier, that's all through the course, isn't it, as well as the extension evenings on a Friday evening?
You're absolutely right. That support to build your portfolio is constant, is ongoing, is within the lessons that they have during the week, within the fashion or art lessons, but is also, they can have bespoke support, customized support in the CCA on a Friday evening, or by coming along to any of the CCAs throughout the week. If the student says, I am building a portfolio, the teacher will allow and will enable the student to work on their portfolio within that evening class, within that CCA. So for example, on Wednesday, a student might be doing life drawing, and life drawing could be required for an architectural portfolio, where the students need to demonstrate observational drawing skills. So it's ongoing and it's built into all the lessons.
That's fantastic, because I know that some other places, they set aside certain times for portfolio. I think the message is, it's just woven into absolutely everything that we do.
Yeah.
Isn't it? One more question was about if you have an IFP engineering student. I know you don't teach engineering, but if they want to study architecture, I guess these the CCAs in the evening, the extra clubs, societies, activities, they're welcome to join those. And do you work with those, with other students from other departments?
That's a very good question. By all means, even any engineering student or non-art department student is very welcome to come in and use the facilities and join the art department. And for example, working in the CCAs, but the student needs to inform their teachers within the art department that they are applying for architecture and let them know about their motivation, their reasoning. And then the art department teachers will facilitate, enable that student, even though they are not an art department student. We will give them the opportunity and the skills to build that portfolio. The student does need to work with us to do that, but certainly they do not have to be an A-level or IFP art student. It could be IFP engineering or something else, but they are very welcome to join us.
Brilliant, thank you. So we have, we've talked about portfolio for preparation to show us for admissions to DLD College. We had another question about actually applying for art at DLD. So if you're a domestic student living in the UK, then you would go through our head of admissions and complete a UK application form. And we will be open for tours of the college from the 12th of April. All being well, as long as the vaccines continue to do their job and we're able to come out of our lockdown a bit more. So yeah, our head of admissions, Ben, is very excited about being able to welcome individual tours back into the college, and then you would be able to come and meet Ed and you'd be able to view the facilities. If you're an international student, we have an international centre, and we have representatives in various countries around the world who are able to talk to you about everything that's on offer at DLD College. We have got Valentina, who from Russia at the moment, who's online if anybody from Russia did want to ask any questions directly to her. But those are the processes. Hi, Valentina. Those are the processes that we go through. So, Valentina, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, but I just want to add that we have a good destinations in art. When I looked at our destination students, UCL, UAL, UCL, it's very nice that we can prepare such good students for universities. And I'm sure that it's thanks to the support of all our teachers. So Ed, very thank you for all my students who was very, very successful with DLD in art and design and in all A levels, which is connected with creative subjects.
Thank you, Valentina. You are very welcome, and it's a pleasure to teach your students. Like, we welcome all of them. And one other thing I was going to add was that many of our graduates, the graduates who are graduates, keep in touch with the teachers, and they invite us to their graduation shows. And it's interesting to see them going on to the Royal College of Art, to the Royal Academy, and on to postgraduate and MA studies. Many of our students go on from degree onto MA successfully in the arts, and we're very proud of our students, and we celebrate their achievements.
Oh, Ed, can I just add, sorry, Rachel, everybody, of course, is dreaming about University of Arts London, but I know that there are a lot of other good universities in art. So how students can find out what is maybe is better, or maybe another choice? How you can help them with this so many universities and so many programs?
Choose
the right place. Maybe they have another how to say universities which can be better than University of Arts London for them particularly.
Okay, well, it kind of depends on the subject. So, for example, if you're going to study graphics and design, St. Martin's does have an international reputation. usually students, I would always recommend to students that they apply to the best universities for their particular specialism. Sometimes that's the UAL, sometimes it might be outside of the UAL. For example, Goldsmiths is an excellent university for the arts as well. And it depends on the student's specialism, whether it be graphics, art, photography. For example, Brighton University is excellent for photography. So we will, the art teachers, the art department staff we will talk to students, we will listen to them, we will find out what their interests are about their specialism, and we will actually consider we will give them choices about the universities, and we will advise them as well. But the students are also welcome to contact us, to contact the teachers in the art department, or to contact me.
Okay, yeah, it's great that they can have a choice and they can have a very, how to say, informed advice and make a very definite decision.
Yes, they're very welcome, and you're welcome, Valentina.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope that we could answer all the questions. It was very nice, and I'm sure it's very, very interesting. Anyway, art is very popular all over the world, and we are great in this. So you are welcome all to come and join us this September.
I agree.
And I just want to say, I think it's testimony, what you were saying about the graduates inviting you to their graduation shows. It's testimony to yourself and the other staff in the department. It shows just how warm and friendly the department is, how the students go on to succeed because they're in a caring and nurturing environment where their best interests are at your heart. So that's a really, really good message to convey there. So if people do want to stay on, are you happy to do a quick whiz round, Ed, and show them some of the...
Oh, okay. With my laptop. Okay, yeah. Okay, I will. Let me just do that for you. I'll take you for a little tour. Okay, let's go for a little tour.
A bit okay. So thank you for this.
That's okay. You're very welcome. Now, hopefully you can see this. This is the photography studio. That's actually a big black backdrop. You can see lots of lighting here. Busy room. Lots of equipment. Lots of lighting. Lots of Macs in here. Lots of students' work and storage as well. Now we're just going to go into the art corridor. Okay, this is the art corridor. Typical photography class. We've got students' work on display throughout the year. The display is constantly changing, and we update the display with students' work. And actually, I think I'm going to try and go into a fashion room for you. I can just get access. Just quick tour of the fashion room, and you can see we have lots of Macs and equipment. We have an A1 size digital printer. We have photographic printers, lots of Macs, A3 scanners, lots of Macs, digital screens for the teachers, wonderful, highly experienced teachers. Emma Jane's an expert in fashion. And let's carry on down the corridor. We have a screen showing students ever-changing artwork. Technician's room. We have a wonderfully experienced technician. Graphics lessons, lots of computers. Hello, sorry for interrupting, guys. Very quick. Okay. More artwork on the walls. Oh, and just to remind you that we've got digital printers, digital color printers in every classroom. There's another digital color printer. And an art room. Just a quick look around.
I hope that gave you a good insight into the facilities and the vibrancy of the department. So I'd like to thank Ed very, very much for his overview of the department today and all of the answers to your questions. If you've got anything more that you need to ask us, don't hesitate to get in touch. either to myself, to Ben, who's Head of Admissions, Valentina, any of our representatives, and also, of course, Ed as the Head of Art. So thank you very much for attending this afternoon, and don't forget our full open evening on Thursday, the 13th of May. Thank you. Bye-bye.